All right, everybody, we're back here at Oakman High School in Oakman, Alabama. What is Hoka Hey? It's game number 1 here on Go Wildcats with head coach Ryan Hall. All right, Coach, as we listen to you guys in the program, as we see some of the things that you produce, we are going to see this phrase, Hoka Hey. Tell us what we're talking about with that phrase.
Yeah, you know, each year we have kind of a rallying cry. Like last year it was Lock In. That was kind of what the kids bought into. This year it's Hoka Hey, and we stole it from other people. We're not the first team to use that as a phrase. But what it means is a Lakota Sioux Indian term that Chief Crazy Horse said as they were going into battle. And basically they were going to fight for the values and principles of their tribe. And he said Hoka Hey, which in context means let's go. And then he followed that up with, it's a great day to die. And so that's kind of what our players rallying. We break it down at the end of practice. We use that as something to tie all of our principles and values together and try to create a mindset of we want to fight for these things. We want to fight. Let's go. It's a great day to die to self and really buy into what the principles and values of this program are. So that's kind of Hoka Hey in a nutshell. Very, very good. How did it kind of come to be that this would be kind of this year's cry, or how did it enter the program in terms of what you're doing? Yeah, everything we do, we wanted to create a mindset of team. What we do on offense requires all 11 people to block, run. There's so many things. We don't have like a star player that we've got to. It's a team offense. We want to do the same thing on defense. We want to have a team-oriented defense where it rewards the guys that do that execute the values and principles of the program. Play hard, be tough, be disciplined, do the little things right, do the common things. Yep. We want to create scheme and things that reward those type players. And so we build it all around team and sacrifice and unselfishness, and we want the players to walk in through the door and die to their personal wants, desires. We're not asking them to die physically. We're not saying go out there and play so hard you die on the field. But what we're saying is when that selfishness creeps in and it becomes about me, remember Hoka Hey. Yep. This is about us. We're all running through those doors together to fight and compete and protect our values and what we feel like are important. You know, and that's kind of what I told them on Friday. And that's just protect the values. Yep. You know, if you do that, we're giving ourselves the best chance to win. Cool. Very, very good. As we move toward applying it just to life beyond the field, obviously your concern is who are they going to become as men? Who are they becoming now as men? Clearly this is a value and a strength we must all keep growing into. Talk quickly about how that transition from unselfishness as a football player is so important to unselfishness as a person. Sure, and you know, I say this kind of, I don't have any data to back this up, but I would guess that the majority of our problems in society today are a result of selfishness. You know, the decisions we make, selfish decisions lead to a disruption in our marriage, or selfish decisions make us choose not to take care of a child or not to do what we're supposed to do at work, to make unethical type business decisions, and those decisions impact others. Those selfish decisions, when you're in a family unit, they affect your children, they affect your wife, they affect the people around you. And I used the example with the kids. There was a corporation in Birmingham several years ago that was a major, probably one of the wealthiest corporations in the country. It was a sports medicine type deal. The CEO there did some things wrong, and the company fell. And you know, he paid a price for it, but also there was probably a woman that worked on about the 4th floor of that building that answered the phone and was really good at her job and loved people and did all the things right. Well, she paid for that too. And so the lesson in that is selfish decisions affect a lot of people. And Hoka Hey is all about, you know, I'm giving up those selfish desires because I'm committed to this team, this group, just like as a family. I give up certain things as a father and a husband to be committed to my wife Brandy and my son Hampton, and so we all have to live and fight that human nature of being selfish every day. So that's kind of the lesson in Hoka Hey, is learn while you're here. When you make that selfish mistake here, it results in a 10-yard penalty, 15-yard penalty. Well, we can overcome that. When you make that selfish mistake in the real world, the penalty's stiffer. So we want to get, we call it inexpensive experience. Expensive experience is I'm driving down the road and I get a ticket and I got to pay that $300 fine.
Yeah.
If you're riding in the car with me, you just got some inexpensive experience because you can go, man, I'm not going to do that because I don't want to pay that $300 fine. And so we want to build that through our program. Here's an opportunity for you to make mistakes and practice life before it happens. And that's one of the major players in that is Hoka Hay. Cool.
Very, very good. Now you know what is Hoka Hay. And let's keep talking about it and keep encouraging these young men and the whole program in that desire to serve and to be unselfish. We thank you for watching. We hope you'll keep watching, as on the other side of this break, we'll talk about this past week's events and talk about the upcoming Sulligent game tomorrow night. All right, Coach, as we move from thinking about philosophies and values into the actual football that happens on Friday nights, it's time to toe the leather. It's here. Let's talk quickly about what's happened this past week. Had a lot of good going on with fall camp ending, kickoff dinner, meet the cats. Quickly give us some highlights.
Yeah, we had the first day of school, which is a big deal. You know that you got all of them coming back, and then we kind of closed out fall camp Friday. We had our meet the cats night, which we brought out all the little ones, and all the way up from Toy Bowl. We had great support from the community. We got a ton of cleaning supplies, and just got to visit and great fellowship. The night before, we had our second annual Go Wildcats kickoff dinner, and Philip Davenport came and spoke and did a fantastic job. He had some great stories and really touched on some neat things and the specialness of high school football, and so I thought that was really good. So, and had a good turnout there. The food was great. The ladies that prepared that did a great job, and we finished fall camp, which I know I alluded to that earlier, but we kind of transitioned into a new phase. So excited about what's coming up, and we're going to work hard. We're still a work in progress, but we're excited about where we're at, and feel like that our kids are really, really looking forward to the challenge of playing somebody else.
Okay, so let's talk about that first opponent. This is game number 1, but of course on the schedule it appears on week number 0, just so that's good and confusing for us. But let's talk about that opponent, the Sulligent Blue Devils. What do they bring to the table?
Yeah, I think that, they're a 2A team that has been in the playoffs perennially for several years. They went to the second round last year. I think they were 7-5. Beat a couple of 3As, beat East Lawrence. I know they beat them and played Hamilton pretty close. Coach Merchant has been there several years. As a matter of fact, Fife, before, they were the team that beat Fife, and then they went on that long streak. So back in 2017, I think they beat Fife in the third round or something. Does a great job. They've got some really athletic kids on the edge. Number 6, I think his last name's Garner, is a really fast, athletic kid. Couple of linemen, that big old 77's a big kid, strong kid. So they're very sound, in what they do. We'll have to be really disciplined on defense, and on offense, hopefully we can control the pace a little bit and keep the ball away from them.
All right, that game is, of course, tomorrow night at Sulligent. So be sure you check in with the school for ticketing information if you have questions about that. Final question here, key to the game. What do you anticipate you need to do and want to see from your guys?
Yeah, always in a first game, you have concerns about conditioning. So, our message is conditioning discipline will prevail. It's kind of, a lot of first games are not won necessarily. They're just lost because you make more mistakes, and the team that makes fewer mistakes will win. So we got to do a good job taking care of the football. We got to do a good job with assignment, getting lined up right. Limit the mistakes. Now, we're going to have a lot of guys out there. It's the first time they've been under those Friday night lights, so we know there's going to be some mistakes. We expect that, and we will prepare for that throughout the week. That it's got to be a next play deal. You got to play the next play. You're going to have some stuff go bad, and you can't lose your poise and focus and all those things in that environment. So the key to the game for us is just we got to walk through the doors with no baggage, nothing that can hold us back in terms of conditioning and mental thoughts and emotional things, and then be very disciplined. Do what we do, stay with the plan, and don't get rattled. Anytime and we're going on the road too now, so it's going to be a little, they'll be all hyped up and excited. Their band will be playing, their fans will be loud, and just got to weather that storm, and then the game will settle in, and I think we'll be okay at that point. So, but for a lot of our guys, it's the first time, and I'm ready to see them play. I'm excited. I want so bad for them to do really well because they deserved it. They've worked hard and they've done the right thing. So, I hope they'll get rewarded for that Friday.
All right, it's upon us. So we look forward to seeing you guys. Look forward to seeing you in the stadium there in Sulligent. Thanks again for watching. That game is at 7 o'clock at Sulligent. Coach.
Go Wildcats.